My guest on this edition of the show shares his thoughts on the knowledge-sharing economy. Today's Tech Tips is simply Stop, Think, Connect Part 1. We'll share more details with you later on. And the mobile app of the week allows you to make video calls easily. This is Tech Trends, and I'm Chukwemeka Agbata.
25-year-old Sheila Akpenny goes in for her first class of the day at the University of Ghana. 3 hours earlier, she got up and the first thing she did was use her phone to access the internet. She will do this many times throughout the day to chat with friends, to study, and for entertainment.
It's my life, actually. Everything you need. At this level, lecturers don't give you handouts. They just give you the books they tell you the books you're supposed to read, and you have to do the research.
Sheila was born in the same year English computer scientist Tim Berners-Lee launched the World Wide Web. What has become such a big part of everyday life for her and billions of others around the world only started to take root in Africa in the 1990s as the technology developed around the world. Then the fiber optic cable came in from the sea, and with an improved bandwidth, Africa's connections grew rapidly. Ghanaian engineering and science professor consider a great force behind internet connectivity in Africa. He says Africa has come a long way, but that he hopes for more.
I am a typical user in Africa, and if you take me as that typical user, there are 30% of us using the internet. I don't believe so. And if this premise that I'm using just to point out the gravity of the situation, if this premise is indeed true, then I think we have to double up. I'm not saying we're not doing anything right or wrong, but I'm saying that there's a lot we got to do.
Africa had 16% internet penetration and 67 million smartphones in 2013. By 2025, penetration will be 50% and 360 million smartphones will be available on the continent. This growth is attracting interest from internet companies such as Google, Facebook and Wikipedia, which are striking deals with service providers such as Vodacom, MTN, Bharti Airtel and Safaricom to offer users free or zero-rated access to their sites and services. The moves have been criticized as a plan to lock in customers on a continent of 1 billion people and make online technology another industry on the continent dominated by big foreign companies. But Africa is no outsider to the internet. Web-enabled innovations like M-Pesa, Kenya's mobile money transfer platform, has turned the spotlight on the continent. Social media has powered entrepreneurs, political activists and campaigners to grow incomes, provide opportunities to lift many young people out of poverty, help change regimes and get people's voices heard.
In my opinion, the Facebook effort is one to be encouraged and commended, and the same applies to Google's effort and other multinationals' efforts to help narrow down the divide in terms of infrastructure for communication throughout the world, including the case of Africa. On the other hand, I wanted to point out that it is still a drop in the ocean. Okay, and so we will encourage more efforts, initiatives to help improve the capacity per person in terms of access and the supporting backbone, strengths, and so on.
With connectivity already a priority, experts say more of Africa's internet users need to leverage the web as a tool to build industries. Most people only consume the content, and in some cases, the time and resource spent on accessing the internet can come at an expense.
I think the fact that information is so readily available. I mean, we act like we were not the generation of encyclopedias, but we really are. And you'd always have to spend hours and hours trying to find things. But on the internet and with cell phones especially, it's just one click away.
We live in a society where people are less active and we move less because everything we do, the jobs, is on the computer. At home, we sit on the cell phone. We don't talk to our brothers. We don't talk to our wives.
But with growing attention and investment in Africa's talent and creativity, Zuckerberg himself, on a recent visit to Kenya and Nigeria, says the paradigm will shift, and in fact, Africa will build the future. Tesla Motors Incorporated Chief Executive Elon Musk unveiled new energy products aimed at illustrating the benefits of combining his electric car and battery maker with solar installer SolarCity Core. The products include solar-powered roof tiles that eliminate the need for traditional panels and longer-lasting batteries, aimed at helping to realize Musk's vision of selling a fossil fuel-free lifestyle to consumers.
The goal is to have electric or solar roofs that look better than a normal roof, generate electricity, last longer, have better insulation, and actually have an installed cost that is less than a normal roof plus the cost of electricity.
During the presentation, Musk says the local power generation does not pretend to eliminate the need for utility power generation.
We're actually going to need utility power to increase, and we're going to need local power generation, because if you transition all energy to electric, that roughly triples the amount of electricity that's needed. This is what the French-led hydrographic looks like. You can see that.
Tesla gave little detail on cost, except to say that the cost of a roof would be less than a conventional roof plus solar.
All of the dark tiles have solar
The
panels.
product will appeal to home builders and people looking to replace their roofs.
This is sort of like the integrated future. You've got an electric car, a power wall, and a solar roof. And the key is that it needs to be beautiful, affordable, and seamlessly integrated.
Musk is the biggest shareholder in both Tesla and SolarCity, which is run by two of his first cousins. Analysts have been dubious of the deal's proposed synergies, with some suggesting the merger is a way for Tesla to rescue money-losing SolarCity. A vote on the acquisition is scheduled for November the 17th.
I think 20 times that number worldwide.
And the latest generation of artificially intelligent robots took center stage at the recently concluded 2016 World Robot Conference held in the Chinese capital, Beijing. The high-tech breed of robots drew the most attention at the conference, including the Gel Eye, which has the ability to analyze human beings and big data and can assemble the functions of a human brain. According to an exhibitor, the Gel Eye booth, the advanced robots can understand and act on users' instructions by analyzing the specific context, thanks to its massive database which has accumulated information concerning daily life and industries for decades. Over the past few years, Beijing authorities have been giving policy support to the robot developers in an attempt to stimulate growth of the city's high-tech industry. The 5-day 2016 World Robot Conference showcased dazzling visitors with the very latest advancements in robot technology.